We're here in the same place at the same time. Welcome back to another edition of PTB. There's the champ. I'm Mel. What's going on, champ?
Bruh, you know what? I'm surprised that the place didn't just implode. The fact that me and you are in the same place at the same time doing the part in the BRICKRUPTIon, that don't make no sense. But you know what? It must be something in the air.
It must be. It must be. It's called Brickslopes.
Brickslopes. That's what it
Brickslopes
is.
in the air. And
Man,
yeah,
you know
man, we're
what?
here. We're here, man. We're here. And it's a lot to unpack.
Yeah.
You know, and then I heard you got a little dig. I heard a little dig from somebody saying we should do the show live. We're doing the show live.
We're doing it live.
But it's recorded. So,
So that means it's not live.
But it's recorded.
Close enough. Close enough. Listen, we're going to try to do this if we can at conventions that we're actually going to be at together. So
yeah,
y'all can see it in real time, you know, how it is and how we interact and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, you know, I know y'all clamoring to hear what we got to say. So
yeah.
Let's go ahead and get to it.
All right, let's do it.
All right.
All right, first up, we have is Brickslopes is the hottest convention now.
Is Brickslopes the hottest convention right now? I would say that it definitely has the momentum.
Okay.
Right? Because, like, you know, you have all these different conventions, and we talked about it the last time.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these conventions are circling the toilet drain and then going down and getting flushed. But when they're getting flushed, I think Brickslopes is starting to make its way up the ladder.
Okay.
You know, I know they have Utah. Utah has been a staple, and now they have Colorado, Denver.
Yeah.
So, you know, what's next for Brickslopes? How are they going to expand? Like, this show has been awesome for the space that they're occupying, but they could definitely go bigger and they could go better.
Yeah, definitely. I believe Brickslopes isn't the hottest convention right now. I believe that it's a contender on the way up.
Yeah.
And so, and you do that by adding another location like Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll unpack it a little bit more later. But you know, I believe that Utah Slopes is definitely the top 3 of the year.
Okay.
And it's experience, right? Like, you go to a convention for experience, and whether if it's getting like plethora of Lego or having, you know, the game times and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And even outside of the convention alone, like, location is everything. Like, you could go like for Chicago, you go into Chicago and have another experience.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're in Denver, Colorado. We can go into Denver and have another experience.
Absolutely. And, you know, and that's what you want, because you want that community. They were talking about that today. And I think what Cody and his team has built up in Utah, I feel that they could definitely expand it across the Midwest. Like, you have your Brick Worlds, you have your Brick Fairs, you have Brick Fan Expos, but then you don't have a lot of like brick conventions or Lego fan experiences in these areas. So these are the areas you got to attack. So I think what they're doing by expanding, they're just looking to see, okay, where can we bring this next?
Yeah.
And how we can make it even better. I mean, they got the swag, they got the momentum. I think they could take it to the top.
Man, what I want to know is when, and I talked to Brian already. What I want to know is when you come into the East Coast, well, how much money I got to pour in this thing to get these boys to come to the East Coast?
We ain't got no slopes in the East Coast.
Well,
Brickslopes.
You can build a slope.
Bruh.
Put the bricks together and build the slope.
I don't think he understands what Brickslopes is all about. Utah got slopes. Colorado got some slopes. You got to take it to where the mountains are. Montana might be the next stop. You never know.
It might be. You might be right, friend. You might be right on that. But I do like what I see out of slopes here. And but I don't think it's the hottest, but it's on the way up.
It's on the way up. All right. All right. Next up. Now, you know, we're live. We're here. So I wanted to talk about a builder who I feel is on the way up, and that is Zane Builds. Zane Builds, if you look on Instagram for Zane Builds, he's the guy that has the incredible Dr. Robotnik mock that was revealed last year at Chicago, and he has been making his rounds all over. And this year, he came out with a Gyarados. If you don't know what Gyarados is, it's a Pokemon. And it's a dragon Pokemon. I'm telling you, as soon as you enter the arena and you enter the auditorium, you already see it. It's an eye catcher. Like Jamie always says, you need to build something that's going to command attention in the room.
Yes.
That's commanding attention in the room. Now, I know they haven't announced any of the winners.
They have.
But I will be shocked.
They have.
They have.
They have. You need to go back to my man's table because he's not sitting with one piece of hardware.
Okay.
But 3.
3.
But here's the thing: it's even like Jamie says, like, you know, it's the obvious. Like, if you're a judge and you walk into this Lego room over here where it's all kinds of creations, and that one artist, each piece of his work just sits out where you have to put that hardware down because nothing's contending with it, then that's what it is. Like, you know, there's no, you know, you don't, you know, you hate to patronize a second or first runner up because you don't want to give the champion all the belts. Right. You know what I mean?
That's right.
The guy is unified.
Yeah.
He's unified.
He got everything.
Yeah.
He got everything. I mean, Ricky Bobby said, if you're not first, you're last. And Zane came here with the intentions of being first. You know, last year I saw that Dr. Robotnik, and I tell him every time I see him, the pictures don't do it justice. Right. You got to see that build in person. The angle that he has, Dr. Robotnik, is just amazing. But this Gyarados, when I tell you that this man has the angles and is not even a fully constructed build, like a brick build. He just has layers on top of layers, but the way that he has everything angled, it's coming at you. Right. And the colors are vibrant, the water that's splashing out, and these are all just plates. Right. He only has Technic on the inside and nothing but plates on the outside. I'm like, dude, you doing something like that, it's an incredible piece of work. And I asked him, I said, hey man, where are you taking this next time? He said he's gonna try to take it to Chicago. Okay. That's gonna be hard to do, but he's gonna try to bring it there. Okay. He might bring it to Virginia. And you know, that I mean, I don't know where he's gonna take it after that, but it's intense.
Yeah, it is intense. It's intense by far. Like, the pictures doesn't do any justice. If you're in the Chantilly area, Brick Fair is coming around the corner. If he's coming there, if you're going to Chicago, Brick World Chicago, definitely buy the ticket to see these great creations. It's breathtaking for me.
Yes, yes. I would say this, y'all saw me on the way in, and you told me, you was like, hey man, y'all gotta check out that dragon over there. And I just looked, and I caught eye to it. And it stands out. Yeah. And there were people around there, people moving around, but it stands out. And that's what you want. You know, if you want to make a name for yourself, if you want to jump in the pool with a belly flop and make a lot of water splash, you got to be the biggest person in the room. And that is what he did today. Nothing against all the other builds. All the other builds are amazing, but he definitely stands out amongst all.
Yeah, he brought the wow factor in. Yes. And that's what you want to do. But I can't wait to see what he creates next.
Absolutely.
All right, next up. So your boy played a game. It's expected, right? While you were playing Lego Masters panel, I was playing the game. Yeah.
So that's why you didn't show up.
Yeah.
Priorities.
So I have a love for D&D and my Chaos crew. We played a couple of games that I wasn't sure how it was lined up or how it was going to line up. And so only thing I didn't like about it is that I had to play a different character. So I had to learn that new character. Right. And but he was like similar to my fighter. So I just smash and slash, right? So I just went in the room and started smashing and slashing, wrecking the whole entire room. That's because that's what I know. Okay. And so with all the teams that they had, I think they had about 4 teams that played. Yeah. I was, your boy in the Chaos crew. We were the runner up, but the winners was the DM of our Chaos crew. And they had a couple of the girl who was dressed up like Wild Style. Yeah. She was the winner of the D&D tournament last year. So they had all the brain people on the other squad.
So they had a bunch of ringers on the team.
Yeah, a bunch of ringers on the team to bring us down. You know what I mean? So that's why I didn't win. Like, they
got a bunch of ringers on the team.
Yeah. You see how they do your boy?
Man, oh man. Listen, man. I don't know a lot about D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. I only know people who are intensely into that game. Yeah. And the fact that you guys are able to bring something like that to a Lego convention and make it Lego-fied is truly amazing, you know, to me. Like I said, I don't know a lot about the game, so I can't really say anything about it, but the fact that you guys are able to just go in and just have a fun time and building, that's going to bring more people into the community.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
Some people are not into like Lego as far as like looking at Lego, but they're into D&D.
Right.
And you can kind of connect those two together. You bringing in more fans. So runner up is nothing to shy at.
No.
So that's great. Man.
They gave you boys some swag. So I'm happy about that. I got a little Lego bag.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about some swag a little later. We're gonna talk about some swag a little later. But that's
man.
good though.
It was fun, and like you said, like you get it, you have a whole different perspective of just playing the regular D&D game, which is made usually on a grid piece of paper to make an actual 3D, and actually I'm putting you into the scene with Lego, and you're using the Lego pieces. And so even our DM, he was more inclined to be involved in the story because of the Lego pieces. He was like, man, this is great. Usually I'm on a piece of like grid paper or whatever. He said, this brings a whole new meaning to it. Yeah. So you feel like when you're fighting that dragon, you feel like you're on that board fighting the dragon.
There you go.
And your boy tried to rack up a whole lot of loot. I was throwing bricks at the dragon, trying to bring the dragon down. Yeah. It wasn't happening. No, man. But man, we could have won that thing, man. I'm so sour about losing, man. I am. You're so
loser, man.
I am.
You're so a loser. You don't care about that either.
No, I don't. I'm gonna let you know that my stomach is upset when I'm losing. So because I want you to feel the pain that I'm feeling. So
you know what this is too, man. Like, so I teach a class Minecraft. So the kids, so Minecraft is a virtual game, and that's how you play the game. But they're learning how to build using Lego. And some kids, they've never played Minecraft before. But after they took my class, they went back and got the game, downloaded it, and started playing it. And they come back and they say, hey, Lego Master Corey, I love Minecraft.
Right.
It's one of the best games that I ever played. And it's fun. I'm building, I'm learning.
Right.
And they all started from a physical recreation of the game. So that's what you guys are doing.
Right.
So that's really cool, man. You shouldn't count yourself as a loser, man.
No.
You're a winner in my book.
No. Oh, yeah. Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
But that book ain't mean nothing.
Yeah.
All right. It is finally happening. I was going to reach out to you and be like, hey, man, we need to do one more thing.
Okay.
The last time we recorded, because the next day they announced it.
Okay.
So, we're Lego Masters, season 1 OGs. We started it.
Yeah.
All the other seasons, they're
fumes, bro.
Yeah.
They're fumes.
Yeah, we got one right over there.
That's why I said that.
With the stank eye over there.
They're fumes.
But finally, May 19th, Monday.
Okay.
Season 5. It is finally airing.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of rumors about season 5, some good, some bad.
Okay.
But it's finally coming out. We saw the commercial.
Right.
What was your initial thoughts of that commercial, man?
I'm excited, man. Yeah. I'm excited because, and a lot of people says, like they figured that I'm probably upset or maybe jealous or envy, right? Yeah, because I know that feeling of what it is to be like on TV for the first time. Right. And do I want that feeling again? Yes, because that was a great feeling for me. Yeah. But I'm happier for these new group of people to experience that and to share that their love of Lego with the world and the people that they know. You get to go home and be a hometown hero. Who wouldn't want that?
Absolutely. I mean, we know the feeling. We know what it feels like to be on TV, to be back on TV.
Yep.
We both were on the holiday special as well. And there's out there's some people that are on the season. And I had a chance to talk with them, and I just said, hey, how do you feel? He said, I feel great. I can't tell you who it was, but they said, I feel great. And I said, well, are you ready?
Right.
And that's the main question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So what am I looking for? What am I ready for? I'm ready to see what new challenges, because I heard and just seeing from the clips that we saw that this particular season has a lot of licensing that they can now use.
A lot. Yeah.
And they have a Wicked.
Yeah.
They have they have Star Wars.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
They got some Disney stuff.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
So they got a lot of stuff that's going to be coming out for these Lego Masters that they can pull from. Our season, we only had one.
Yeah.
We had Star Wars.
Yeah, me and you were gone by
We were gone. So we couldn't even do nothing about that. But I know like other seasons, they had some licensing that they were able to actually do. They had they had Jurassic Park.
Yeah, they had Marvel.
Marvel.
Yeah.
They could pull those inspirations. So this season has a lot of that. And I'm interested to see where they're going to go with it. I'm interested to see how many teams we're going to have. I'm interested to see, are they going to be sticking to the rules? Or are they going to be like season 3, breaking all the rules and just being a wild, crazy season?
Yeah.
I don't know what to expect, but I'll tell you one thing. I see some familiar faces, and I'm very happy to see those faces.
And I think that's what's happy for me. Seeing the familiar faces and knowing some of the people that we seen in on social media, and they actually get their chance. So I'm excited to see this new group. Some of the people that we know from social media, right?
Yes.
And I'm excited to see their time, and I want to see how they build under the pressure.
Yes,
that's what I want to see.
Yes,
and I want to have my chance to sit at home and say, "Oh no, you don't do that. You got to pivot when you do this."
Mm-hmm. I miss those days, and you know what? If correct me if I'm wrong out there, but Australia did their season 5, but their season 5 was a gimmick, meaning they did what was it? They brought back. They did the grand. The grand.
The grand.
What was it? Grandmasters.
The Grandmasters.
Yeah. So they brought back old contestants to the show.
Yeah.
That was their season 5.
Right.
We're doing a regular season 5.
Right.
So are we going to come out being a little stale when it comes to how Australia is pivoting and they're doing different types of seasons?
Yeah.
Do we come out stale, or does season 5 knock it out the park?
I think this group knocks it out the park, because you got to think, man. Even though we've been waiting a whole year for this new season to come around, they taped that a year ago, and I'm not on contract, so I'm saying it. They taped that a year ago, so it's been sitting in the can for a year.
Yeah.
But you got to think about it. They've been watching season 4. This cast been watching season 3. This cast been watching season 2, season 1, and so they kind of know all the rules as far as putting the bricks together around production.
Right.
I'm expecting this to be knocked out of the park, because they should be prepared. Every season after our season, you should be prepared.
You done saw what we did. We messed up on. Don't mess up like how we did.
Right. All right. Next up, you have the Lego Masters panel. Your boy Corey had jury duty today, so he had to do his jury duty. So he was sitting down on a Lego Masters panel for 3 hours, answering the same questions that he answered last year.
Hold on. Here's the difference, though. Last year, I was a Lego Master contestant.
Mm-hmm.
This year, I'm a champion.
Okay.
So as the people's champion, I got to go with where the people's at.
Okay.
So that's why I was there.
Okay.
I can't talk about anybody else who was there.
Right.
That's why I was there.
Okay. Were the questions the same as last year? No.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Just about. Actually, there was a part. There was a part of the panel where I got in line to be one of the questionnaires. So I asked the question to the panel, and some people caught that. They recorded it. I was up there and I had to ask a question, and then I got back down to the panel and answered my own question.
Oh my God.
Listen, when I tell you I'm the people's champion, I'm a people's champion.
So you had to alley-oop yourself.
I alley-oop myself, man.
Yeah, I'm glad I passed.
But you know what, man? You know what? I never get tired of these panels, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Yeah.
So we had our panel the first time we were out in Cascades.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And that was a fun time.
Yes.
And you know what? I go through these panels, and I like to listen to the experiences of the other seasons.
Okay.
And then from being an OG and being on the first season, I get to say, man, it was very different for us. And it's fun to hear from the perspective of a season 1, because let's be honest. There's not a lot of us out here still doing this.
No.
A lot of us.
Few.
Some of us all the way in Denmark.
Yeah.
Some of us are out there doing whatever.
Yeah.
And we're still coming to these events, and we're still doing these panels. Some people like to play games during those panels, but it's all good. You gotta be there for your team. But I enjoy doing those panels. It's fun. It's fun to see what kind of questions we do get. And then I love to talk about my experience. I'll share this with you.
Yeah.
There was a lady who came up, asked a question, and I told her, and the question was, what was the best part about being on Lego Masters? And I said, for me to represent, because me and my brother knew once we got on, we didn't know how many other black teams were going to be on set. We thought we were the only ones, and then we saw you and Jermaine.
Right.
So we were happy when we saw that. And I said, you know what? We're going to be able to represent to a bunch of kids out there who are going to watch the show, and they're going to see us and say, hey, that guy likes Lego too. He grew up playing with Lego. I'm okay now.
Right.
I don't need to hide.
Right.
And this lady came up to me, Caucasian lady. She came up to me and said, "My son is black, and my son, he's been having a hard time, and the show really helped him.
Okay.
Seeing you guys on the show doing your thing really helped him, and those are the moments that you really cherish from these panels, because you don't really get those opportunities, but you get it during the panel. And it was a great time, and it was an emotional time for me and this lady to really share in that moment. So that's why I love to do these things.
That's worth it. I know I give you a hard time for doing the panels.
You're always kicking my back.
That's because I don't want to do the panels.
You're always kicking my back.
I don't want to do the panels, but
tired.
but y'all like me on the panels because I answer all the questions the right way that y'all can't say or y'all scared to say.
You be throwing monkey wrenches in there, man.
Yeah, I do. But that's the responsible thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna commend you for that. Because like you said, there's somebody that's younger that looks like me that they're looking to uncover this community.
Absolutely.
And if they see you and me, then it becomes that easier to uncover for them. So kudos to you for encouraging that mother and that son to share that hobby. Don't be afraid to say that you Lego.
Absolutely. Thank you. Look at that. No, this can end on a positive note. All right, here we go. Fight of the century. All right, good versus good.
Okay.
New versus old. Slopes, Utah versus Slopes, Colorado.
Okay.
Now, I don't have the privilege of knowing what it's like to be at Utah.
Okay.
However, I was told by a couple of people over here that when they went to Utah, that the amount of Lego sets that they saw, the amount of swag that they got, they had to get whole new briefcases, whole new suitcases just to fill it up because Cody was making it rain.
It was true.
This was my first Slopes. Cody. Cody, that gave me two boxes. Now I'm not mad. Listen, I'm appreciative. You couldn't give me nothing. You could have gave me nothing. You could have gave me a high five and said, "Thanks for coming out. You have a safe trip home." You could have said that. You gave me two boxes, and one's a Minecraft one. This is probably gonna go to one of my students, and this Mario one, this one is probably gonna go to one of my students as well. So, but I was expecting for the swag daddy, the king of swag, to just shower me with swag. I was thinking I was gonna have to pull one of them, just to get it on the plane. That's what this is all about. You get thrown that set.
Right.
Two boxes, brother. I feel like y'all bait and switch me. What's going on, man?
Nah, I'm gonna have to get Corey unconfused here. I'm gonna have to get him unconfused because you look confused.
I'm very confused.
There's Brickslopes, Utah.
Okay.
And it's the newly just christened Brickslopes, Colorado.
Okay.
One's the mother, the other one's the baby.
Okay.
Right. So if you want to make it rain and get all the prizes and all the Lego stuff, you have to go to the mothership because you're taking the shuttle, which is this is the shuttle, the baby shuttle to the mothership. So you come to Colorado to get to Utah.
Okay.
So if you go to Utah, you're gonna need another luggage because it's all kind of crazy now. And this one here, like I want to say, it's scaled down for a bit because number one, this is the first time the Slope stepped out of Utah.
Yeah.
And so partially ran by the lug here, right? The Colorado lug, the Den lug here, right?
Okay.
And so Cody's in the house. He is. He's in the house. He is. He's trying to make it rain as much as it can rain, but ultimately, if I'm a salesman, I want you to come. This is my show. This is my little side show right here. I want you to come to the show. The only way I can come to the show is that I'm gonna make it rain at my show. So Corey needs to go to Utah if he want pockets full of Lego like he want. Like, you want a pocket full of Lego and you don't pull a Willy Bobo like you did. You show up here like you did yesterday, thinking that as soon as you get here it was gonna rain and stuff. You need to come in here on Wednesday, Thursday, play all the games, be around, walk up and down the halls, be social and stuff like that. Corey, be social.
So you put me out there.
Be social.
Put me out there.
Yeah. So you be social, and then your pockets will rain. You know what I mean? It'll be rain. It'll be filled with all kinds of crazy Lego. But yeah, I think that like, did they hold back a lot on Utah? You're right. They did. They didn't. I mean, in Colorado, not Utah. in Colorado. They held back a lot. The prizes are flowing. Don't get me wrong, the prizes are flowing, but at Utah it was just a lot more. But the crowd was a lot bigger too in Utah. So us being in that auditorium where they called everybody's name, your name probably wouldn't have got called on the first day, the second day, or the third day because it was that many people in there.
Wow.
But it was prizes overflowing.
Right.
And so, yeah, I feel what you feel a little bit, but I got a bag of Lego over there with my name on it. So, because I signed up for the games, you sign up for the games. And even something as simple as a speed build. Now, I hate speed builds because I'm not a fast builder, and you might be the same. But you sit down, you do the speed build, and guess what? You end up with a free set.
So you're telling me that I need to do all of the activities at Brickslopes in order to get swagged out of my mind?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You do as many activities as you can, and that's an easy way to swag. Or you walk up and down the halls in Utah, and you get all swagged out. All right. So I'm sorry they disappointed you here today, but you need to go to Utah, son.
You know what? I'm not disappointed. I'm gonna tell you why I'm not disappointed. Because you know what, Cody knew what I was gonna be saying. Cody done dropped this in my pocket.
Hit my man up. See what I'm saying?
He done dropped this in my pocket.
And he put a brick on your badge.
And he put a brick on my badge. So listen, Cody. Listen, Cody. Let me apologize. I lost my mind. I lost my mind temporarily. I lost my mind. Thank you so much for the showing. But I'm gonna let you know one thing, man. If I come to Utah, I'm gonna have an empty luggage.
Yeah.
Empty luggage, and I'm looking to pay extra $50 at the airport because my joint is overweight.
Yo, your girl Maddie, Maddie Stack, she brought an extra luggage. She had all the stuff packed into a backpack, and the backpack was in a rollout.
Yeah.
Because she knew that she was coming here to get some Lego.
She knew what it was.
Right.
You know what? This might be the place where you need to go. Hey, you know what? I just want to have some fun with some AFOs. I want to see some awesome builds.
Yeah.
And I want to get swagged out.
Yeah.
This might be the place you need to come.
Well, that's all we have for you today. We're live at Brickslopes, Colorado.
Yep, Brickslopes, Colorado. Are we going to try to do this at Brick World Chicago?
Yes, I say yes.
Okay.
And we'll book. We'll talk to Mark. We'll book one of the conference rooms, and we can do it inside the conference room.
All right, so that way we don't have people just popping in. Oh, look
at he was crying for some swag. He was crying. Look what I'm saying. He was crying for some swag. See what I'm saying, Cody? He was crying for some swag, and he got swag. See what I'm saying?
And this is why we come out, because at the end of the day, you guys who are watching may not have the opportunity, but now you know this is real. This is real. So Utah, August.
If you don't listen to your boy, who you gonna listen to?
August of this year, come out to Brickslopes, Utah. Get your swag on.
Yeah.
Get your swag on.
Definitely.
Look at that. I change. Forgive me. I'm sorry. I take it all back. I take it all back. It's raining on me.
You're gonna need another pair of luggage.
I'm gonna need another pair of luggage.
Awesome.
Oh man, you just came.
He just showed up. Hey, look, I ain't in there yet, man. We could do it 5 minutes.
We can do it 5 minutes?
Yeah, we can do it 5 minutes.
Oh man,
he was over here crying, Coach. He was over here tears, man. I said, man, look, you got to go to Utah. Trying to tell him Utah is the mothership. Colorado's the baby ship. You take the baby ship to get to the mothership.
Listen, I've been told year after year, Utah is where you go to get your swag. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, Colorado is still Brickslopes. Yeah. So I said, all right, I'm gonna get swagged out. And then I came back. I was like, oh man, I only got 2 boxes. I was like, dang. I thought I was gonna get swag. I wasn't crying. I was just saying I thought I was gonna get swagged out.
I said, you play all the games that you don't want to play, and the swag will drop in your lap. You play all the games. You play the games. Sign up for the games. Go to the games.
But then I took it all back. I said, you know what? Before we came and did this, Cody dropped this in my pocket. So I said, you know what? I take it all back. So I take it all back, man. I'm happy to be here, man. I want to come out to Utah.
It's a good time.
Yeah. I've heard it's the best time.
It's the best time.
That's like after Chicago, everybody's wiped out. That's where you go. You come to Utah to just unwind.
You come relax and have a good time, laugh, all the laughs.
Yeah. I gotta go work.
Yeah, man. Do your thing,
Cody.
man. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate
Thanks,
you.
Man.
Yeah. Oh man, but America, we will do better next time.
We'll do better next time.
Yes, we will.
Good night, America.
Good night, America.
Brickslopes.